If you are a woman living her best hot mess express life while simultaneously crushing it, and you're craving more clarity, purpose, and excellence, get ready because you're in the right spot. I am your host, Chelsea DeBruin-Colbert, and I want to welcome you to Season 2 of All Things Excellence, the podcast, where I'll be bringing you all the inspiration and insights your excellence-seeking heart desires. This season, I'm stepping back into chasing big, bold, and absolutely terrifying goals, sharing every honest step and misstep along the way. We're continuing our beloved Unscripted series, featuring live clarity coaching sessions with guests just like you, and diving deep into raw behind-the-scenes stories of powerhouse women founders I am wildly obsessed with, whose journeys will fuel your own. So grab your coffee, settle in, and get ready to discover just how close you are to the life your soul is calling you to create. This is All Things Excellence. Hey, All Things Excellence fam. Welcome back to Enneagram and the Holidays. Today I have Steph, our Enneagram Five. Hello.
Hey.
And this one's going to be extra fun because I think there's a lot of people that can come across more on the introvert end, but I would say our fives take the cake.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yes,
Yeah.
our fives, they are known as the investigators, the professors, the researchers, which is so on par to who you are.
Yeah.
The funny thing with Steph is she, in her previous life, felt like she was an Enneagram 3, and we didn't really know each other. Tell this story. You tell it so much better than I do.
Oh my God, it was my favorite.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I was outside of my body, apparently, when I did this.
Apparently. So we're at this event and we're like in the bathroom and we were talking about something and
And we
then
knew of each other, but we weren't, like, friends.
Yeah, well, like
Right.
we knew who each other were, right?
Yeah.
So we're having this conversation in the bathroom and I said something about like, oh, I'm Enneagram 3. And she was like, no, you're not. And I was like, but I am actually. And I was like, also, we don't know each other that well, but okay. So what is this? Probably like 10 years later? 5,
Yeah.
8, I don't know. Lots of years later.
Yeah.
We actually are in the same state. We know each other. We're hanging out a whole lot more. And then she
Yeah.
just keeps saying like, I just
I
don't
was
think you're
pretty
a 5.
insistent. I was not even okay. I was pleasantly, sometimes unpleasantly
You actually were
persistent.
very gentle about it. You were
Aren't
like,
they?
I just really don't think you're a 5. And so
Or a
finally,
three, a three. I did not think she was a
or
three. I
3.
didn't believe it. I
Sorry,
was like, I
for
just
sure
don't
don't
believe
think you're a 3.
you are.
And so probably like, I don't know, 4th or 5th time, I was like deeply annoyed. And so I was like, fine. If you don't think I'm a 3, like, what am I then? Like, stop just telling me I'm not a 3. Like, what am I? And then you're like, well, I think you're a 5. And I was like, no.
I remember when you text me that response because I was so giddy. I was like, okay, she's cracked the window. I'm gonna bang down the door.
She's like, I think you're a 5. And I'm like, no, nope, that's not it. And then over the next like several weeks, I was like, well, maybe. And then it just,
And I sent you a lot of research to back it up.
you did, which was smart.
I'm not, hey, y'all, I'm not Enneagram dumb. Like, I know how to go after each Enneagram type to get
Yeah.
them to see my ways. And here's the thing, like, you should never ever type someone, you should never tell somebody what they are. That is,
Yeah.
I've got this like weird God gifting Enneagram wizardry.
It's like a sense, you guys. You would like be in the room and not say words, and she's like, "Oh, you're a blank." Like, and she's right because everybody else that types, even if you type yourself, like it's wrong. You just don't
Yeah.
do it. But
No.
you do. You have this gift, and you're
Yes.
like, "I just know what you are."
Yes. I swear I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has every Enneagram kind of has like a frequency and I feel it in my soul. And yeah, like I talk about our football coach all the time. I love this guy to death. And I just know that I knew that he was an 8. And then I started paying attention to the responses that he was making. And then even my husband is like, oh my gosh, this is like some of the phrases that he says and like what drives him to do what he does. Because then I get this like pattern seeking missile thing about me. So it was pretty much like no matter what we were doing, I was like listening to what Steph was doing and listening to why she was responding. And I was asking secret questions about like, but why would you do that? And why would you do that? And why would you do that? And, and then it, yeah.
Yep.
I was researching you before you probably even knew.
Yeah. Because I had no idea. And you did ask good questions. So like get all the information about it. It just, it's wild. But this has probably been About a year.
Year and
Maybe
a half. It was
year
last
and a
summer.
half. Yeah.
Like 2024 summer. It was
Yeah.
2024 summer, like the end of June, beginning of July, when I convinced you.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, like life as a five is pretty great. It's a lot better than trying to be a three.
Okay, so tell before we dive into these Christmas questions. So, you guys, fives, there's so much. I mean, yes, they're like they're the investigators, they're the researchers. They are wake up every single day with a finite amount of energy. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't bank it. They can't get more of it. Like there's nothing that they can do. It just is what it is. Um, their your biggest need is to be competent,
Hmm.
right? You don't like being asked questions that you don't know the answers to.
Yep. Yep.
Right. So if you
Yes.
have a five friend, you need to send them questions ahead of time.
Hmm.
We have a mutual friend that she's a five, and I always say like I watch her structure her business in a way that she sets herself up to know the answers
Hmm.
for like work
100%.
presentation stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there is all of that, right? There's all that. What was it like for you this last year and a half to realize that you were a five instead of running around thinking you were a three? Which and a
Mhm.
three, y'all, a three is kind of like they can be known as the achiever, or more like performy-ish. Their basic need, a five's basic need is to know, right? To know, to have the information. But a three's basic need is to be successful. But it's really that the world sees them as successful. Also, one is head-based, one is heart-based, which I was like, on no planet are you heart-based.
Nope.
None.
No.
Zilch.
Like none.
Love you, but it's
None.
not, no.
No.
Nope.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Not
so
at all.
what was that like for you to kind of like take on, I guess like maybe remove the identity that you had falsely placed on yourself and then from a stupid test and then really allow yourself to step in that head triad Enneagram 5.
I think that was the biggest piece is that I realized that it felt like that's who I was because it was a
Mm,
coping mechanism I was running
mm,
all the time. And so
yeah.
getting to set that down, realizing the weight and energy that that took,
Yeah.
that was probably the biggest thing. So shifting into this just being me and then starting to pick apart again, like, is that me or is that a coping thing? Is that, and so really identifying the authentic, deep inside version of me and not trying to show up in these. Because I think in the three, it's for me, it was that very politician-y type thing that I was trying
Yeah.
to do constantly. So to
Shake
be
the
able
hands and kiss the babies.
Oh my God. So just be able to stop and be like, no, I don't want to shake your hand or kiss your baby. Like, just please leave me alone in the corner by myself. Like, I
Because
just
you really genuinely didn't want to. And there is a part of
genuinely
threes,
not.
there's a part of threes that do want to because they love the game. They want to
Yeah,
play the game. They want to play the game
no,
and they want to win the game and they want to woo the game and they want to, they want to have that significance, that need to be important and to be valued and to be seen as a giant influence. And I wouldn't say that I'm not saying you don't care about other people. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you love the research for the research sake. And if you got paid to just do the research, I don't think you give a shit if it influences anybody.
no. I
Right?
want to read the stuff. I mean, like, I want to have an impact. I want to make
Yeah, I'm not
things
saying you don't, but
happen.
not like heart
And
triad people.
no,
Not like the
no,
twos, the threes, and the fours, where like that's like their thing. They need to have significance, like the Clifton Strengths Finders, the Gallup Strengths Finders. That significance need. Like you don't have.
not in
Because
that
what are
space.
your top five strengths again? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Actually, I think significance is one of them. Um, but
You do have a wing four. That can make sense.
that's it. That's what I was just gonna say. Um,
Yeah.
but I think in it,
But when was the last time you took that?
oh, it actually might be 22.
Mm.
It might
You've
be.
had like an identity crisis since then, so now you got to take it again.
Yeah, I think I do. I think oh, that's from 17. That's not it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a little.
2022 is my latest one. We definitely have
Yeah.
to retake it.
Yeah, because
100%.
that was like a full identity crisis ago. How did understanding your true Enneagram type shift your career?
Oh my gosh, this one is wild. So
I love it.
literally, you got, like
I know.
full life change, and it's been all these
Right?
pieces, Chelsea. I think it's been
Yeah.
the Enneagram piece. It's been stepping into that professor communicator style. It's been
Mhm.
shifting into that, but like
Oh, Erwin McManus's.
yes, yes. So
Yes.
leaning into that's actually how I want to communicate,
Mm,
and then the
amen.
pieces of discovering some potential borderline spectrum things where I'm like, oh, like that's just the way my brain needs to work. Like I don't need it to be different. It just needs to work like that.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder though, you've said this before. You guys, this is not research. This is not research. Nobody get offended. Just chill the frick out for a second. But I do genuinely wonder, and we've made this comment before back and forth about different types being more prone to spectrumy tendencies or spectrumy tendency people being more prone to more type. Because,
Yes.
Kobe has his own set of stuff and it comes out so thick in like his wing oneness, this rigidity, OCD, like his OCD.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
totally see that. Certain things aligning with certain pieces, right?
Yeah.
But just all of it boils down to the same, like, not needing to cover it all up and make it different for somebody else thing, right? Like
Yeah.
the eights, we're all envious of this and the ability to do that, but it
Or to
caused
just
me to,
be whatever.
yeah, just be
Mm.
like, and I don't take it or leave it, right? Like, stop trying to make it something else for somebody else to feel comfortable, right?
Mhm.
And again,
It
not,
is, yeah, it is hard though, because then you know me, I'm currently in hot water for sending an 8-word email.
it says nothing, says literally nothing, but
Yo,
also,
I just wanted it to be very straight to the point. I didn't want there to be any misconception that I was saying yes to this. The answer was
yes.
no, I do not approve.
But actually, so honestly, as a five, I can relate to this because also, like, I just want to be to the point. Fives are efficient. Like, I want to get the communication done and to the point. And why does it have to be fluffy and emotional? Like, can it
Yes.
just
Because
be
you
the
only
thing?
have thoughts about your feelings as a five.
Yes. Yes.
Lots of thoughts about your feelings. And when an Enneagram 5 feels stressed, they go to 7 and they're a little bit more laissez-faire and indulgent. More is more.
Yep.
They kind of like throw away their structure a little bit. In a 5 way. Okay.
Yeah.
They let
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
hair down in a 5 way. Let's
Not an
be
actual
so
seven
real.
way.
Uh-uh.
No.
No, and I think so a 5 is also the resource manager, right? Like they're shoring up their resources, they're assessing resources at all times, and we're talking time, talent, treasure, all the types of resources. So
Yeah.
when they go to that 7 and they're stressed, you maybe aren't paying attention to your spending. You're maybe not paying attention to your energy management. You're not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're
Absolutely.
getting
But
a
not
little
like
too
full
loose.
RV seven. No.
Yeah, getting a little too loose with all your resources. But when they feel safe and secure, they pick up the best parts of an 8.
Yes. Yeah. And then we can just say the thing. Yes.
Yeah, which is
So,
I think why I surround myself with like my chatty, like we need to talk about stuff. People, are only 5s and 8s really.
because we can also just like say the thing.
Yeah, and my intensity doesn't bother you.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah, yeah,
No, no, I love it. No,
mhm,
so in this process, have really like shifted career fields massively, which
yeah,
also has like
yeah.
led to a total like life direction shift, which is really wild and exciting. And so it's honestly for the first time in it actually I feel like I'm returning back to myself and refinding who I was
Mm,
originally. And
mm,
it's like I've seen this before where like you become all the things, you have all the coping mechanisms and you reach midlife and part of what you do there is get rid of all those things that you had to do to
mm.
survive and become yourself again. And I feel like that's what this is. And so I am enjoying what I do so amazingly because I basically get paid to do what I do naturally. Like
Yeah.
this is how I want to communicate with the world. This is how I'm great at finding what needs to be fixed and I get paid to do that and it's kind of amazing.
Kobe's best friend is a 5 who forced me to love the Enneagram. He eventually got to me and broke me down, and I did it. And then my uncle is a 5, which you're in a group with his wife, so you kind of know him through hearing us talk about him. And he is quite literally a professor. And then Kobe's best friend has his master's in seminary, which just screams all I do is research and read.
Correct.
And there's not a lot of 5s in the world. I do have 2 other friends we both know that are 5s that are women. And in a way they are researchers. They're coaches, but they're really researchers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I feel like their clients are their um what am I saying? Their
It's where
subjects.
they,
They're
yeah,
their
it's where their
research
tests.
subjects.
Absolutely.
They're really their research subjects.
Yep.
Yeah. And
100%.
Yeah, that's what I think that it really is. And so it's been really fun to watch you give yourself permission to go after this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Total life change and career
It's
change.
we've had so many conversations this fall where I'll just voice message you and I'm like, I'm just like so happy.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
like don't didn't know I could be this
Mm,
happy. And I also don't remember the last time I felt this happy. And there's a
mm.
lot in my life I would change right now also that's hard. And to feel this deeply fulfilled, I'm like, this is
Is it like that inner contentment?
yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
would say like my life goal is to be as content as Paul was in prison. Because he was like in prison, but he was like, I'm chill. I'm like pretty good.
Yeah. Literally, my husband used to ask me all the time. He's like, why can't you just be content? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't. But
Yeah.
great.
It looks good on you.
Thank you.
You know what? I have a friend that she has been single for a few years, and like the deepest desire of her heart was like really find this person, right? The person, that person. And I'm her kid's age, so she actually turned 60 this next year to just like, she's like, oh my gosh, she's calling out my age. We're all gonna celebrate it. Everybody's gonna know. And she, in the last month, has met this guy, and you just instantly knew, like instantly. And I even when she was like, we're talking as she was driving to the date, and I said, I feel something serendipitous about this. I just have a really good feeling. And she's like, don't get my hopes up. She's been on 87,000 dates. She like puts it out there on social media. She's got a whole thing about it. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel something. Like I just feel something. I just feel something. And I've even talked to him. He's like not a serial killer, guys. He's like really good, really, really good. And she just keeps saying, like, I I didn't know that God had someone so perfect. And I was opening up, me and my coffee cup dilemma. I got to choose a coffee cup every day. And we have kind of a thing with Hawaii because she's seen 49 states. And we always said that when she met the man that she was going to go see that 50th state, she was going to go to Hawaii and it was going to be their first like real big trip together. And I just always prayed like, dear Lord, please make it before her 60th birthday. And y'all, woo, we are just hitting it. Her
Just
birthday's coming up here in a few months and they're going to Hawaii. Praise God.
oh
Um,
my gosh, that's amazing.
I know, but I opened it up and I glanced at that Hawaii coffee cup because I have one. I've been there. And I thought, it's like God said to me, like, do you believe that I have a career that is as perfect for you as Joe is for Susan,
Yeah.
you know? And that's what I see with you right now. I see like when you really stepped into that Enneagram, I see like, I don't know.
Yeah. It honestly, like, I didn't know
Yeah.
it could be this good. Like, I
Yeah.
always, this is going to sound
Mm,
crazy, but I hear people talk about like loving your work so much,
yeah.
like that the pay doesn't matter. And I'm like, the pay has to matter. Like, we still have to pay our bills,
The
but,
pay still matters a little. You wouldn't do it
right.
for
But like,
zero.
there is a point where I'm like, honestly, I get it. I get it for probably the first time, which is kind
Yeah.
of really amazing.
Yeah. I love it. I am wildly surrounded. It makes me so emotional. I'm wildly surrounded by like I've got a lot of really good friends that are living in like that like really goodness, that deep, deep goodness of God that you pray every day for the people that matter most, right? And it's fun to watch. It's fun to see. I
It's been
love it.
amazing. It's
I
been
love it. I
it's
love
been
it.
a wild journey.
Yeah.
Wild,
So
but
there is our commercial for why you need to figure your Enneagram out
yes.
and why it's so good. And so
And
now, you
stop.
know,
But why you need to have Chelsea do it because y'all I had studied it as the five researcher, even though I thought I was a three and was wrong. So
I
please just
know.
have her help you figure it out.
We have so many conversations about this. Like we've had conversations about like Enneagram and your relationship with money. And I mean, we have a lot. We like to go deep. So,
Hmm.
because when an eight is stressed, they go to a five. And stress isn't bad. It just like an eight goes there when they need to figure something out. Like, okay, this isn't making sense. This isn't working the way I want it to work. I want it to be more excellent. So we go to this research mode. And the cool thing is, like, Steph is always there, like, let's go, like, all right,
Wait,
we write it down. You
I want you to be stressed, but when we get into research mode, I'm like, all right, like I got this. Let's go.
Sunday is like my research day where I really allow myself to indulge so deeply. And that I feel like that's usually a fun morning for you.
Oh, it is. It's my favorite. When the phone starts lighting up, I'm like, okay, here we go.
she's awake and she's in research mode. Let's go.
Yes.
And I'm usually just trying to figure out like where am I taking my life this week? So, yeah, y'all, that's our shameless plug as to like why we love this. You also use it a lot in your marriage and with your kids.
Oh my gosh, 100%. It's
Yeah.
really helpful for that. Honestly, even so, when you said fives like to know what they're like the answer to the question already, I literally was having this conversation with my husband the other day. We were out at a date, and the conversation started to spin out into a place outside of my expertise that I know he has far more knowledge in. And I was literally able in the moment to be like, listen, I don't want to have this conversation anymore. We're out of my depth. When we get out of my depth, I feel kind of dumb. And then I feel a little bit of shame. And then I feel a little ridiculous. And I don't want to do this anymore. I mean, there was way more words in it because five. But then I got to the end and I was like, okay, so can we just not? And he was like, yeah, okay. But
I
like I
love
could
that.
put words to it because I knew that's what was happening, right?
You
Like
knew
I,
that trigger was coming up, right?
yes,
You do. So
yes.
I get that feel when I get stressed, right? I can go to that five and feel that incompetence thing, which is why if somebody ever says to me like, "Oh, always have to be right," and I'm like, "That's not true at all," because here's the thing: if I am dying on a hill of rightness, I'm fucking right, because I would never go to battle in an area that I didn't know that I knew that I knew,
No, there's no
right?
way. Yes, there's no way. If
No.
if I went to war, I am right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Steph, okay, the past few weeks, she used a word. What was the word you used? Do you remember?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I use superfluous all the time. That's a big one.
Say it again.
Superfluous.
It was superfluous. What does it mean again? I can't even remember. Superfluous. It was
I spoke on my
superfluous.
water. It just means like an over and abundance of things. So
Yeah,
information, too much
superfluous.
information. Yeah.
Superfluous. And I love ridiculous words that most people don't know. But I just love exclusivity in general. And I think sometimes like fun words like superfluous, they're just like exclusive words, like voracious and facetious and like they just sound happy. And so, when I heard you use that word, I was like, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna write it on my wall and I'm gonna learn it. I love it. You know,
And that makes me so happy.
But in that moment, we were on a Zoom, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to sit here and ask what the word meant, but I'm going to, because we were like on a group Zoom, and I'm like, I'm definitely side Googling it right now. What
That
did
was
that
my
mean?"
favorite. I literally, you guys, I left class. So as a professor, I left class. I got in my car to get on our
A
book
book
club thing,
club.
which by the
She's
way
in
is
the book club, y'all. She's in
the
the book
most
club.
amazing thing ever.
Yes.
So I hop on book club, and the first sentence out of my mouth includes superfluous, and I was like, "Oh, I'm still in professor mode. Hold on."
And I loved it.
Oh,
I
and
loved it. Because we're a
that's
growth
it.
book club. We're there to learn and grow. Use
Mm.
superfluous every day. Or
Yeah.
bring a new word to the party every Zoom. That could be fun.
I think this is the part of like figuring out who you are, though, is then you get to find the spaces where that is celebrated and not made fun of because somebody doesn't understand.
Nobody's making fun of you or shaming you because you're using giant words that we don't even know the definition of.
Right? Your response is, that's a cool word. Let me look it up, as opposed to it being
I don't want to
every
use
high
that
school
one.
experience I had that was, right? Not great.
Do you feel like, so, when you say that your Enneagram 3 was your coping mechanism, was it that? It was like you were way too smart for most of the rooms that you were in, so you like dumbed yourself down and changed who you were and went into the chameleon mode just because you were like, I don't want to be made fun of.
Yep,
I'm
100%.
over it. I'm over this shame storm that people put on me.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And it became a very strategic game because I could see how if you had relational equity in specific places, then I could
Mm,
make moves to get to where I needed to go purely actually for safety, not for
mhm.
manipulation. And so it
Yeah.
provided
Yeah,
me safety in
safety.
a
It's
social
like
setting.
resource management. It's not
Yes.
a manipulation thing.
No, 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 no.
Correct,
So it
correct.
became that. If I became
Yeah.
this charming three thing, I
Mm,
could get to where I needed to go easier, and you would also leave me alone and stop being mean. So yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
I, I, I do always say we were in the same environment. And I always thank God that I didn't find the Enneagram until whatever, 8, 9, 10 years ago, even though no one was so insistent for years prior. Because I think if I would have taken that test, if I would have, if I would have like looked at the Enneagram at all, even 6 months earlier, I would have typed as a 3 because I was living in Dallas. I was like at the highest high in direct sales, driving pink Cadillac. Like it just would have every, everything about how I was living was so Enneagram 3. The environment was so 3.
Yeah.
that I would have, it just, I wasn't living as myself. I really had to decondition myself.
Yeah.
And I remember the moment that I took this test that said these would be your top two, and it said a 3 or an 8. And then I read them, and this was the first time. And then I did take it again, like 9 months later, because I was like, I don't know, I just wasn't into it that day, but Nolan was visiting, so I was entertaining it. And I read like 3 or an 8, and I said, I think I'm more of an 8. And he goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. He goes, I always knew you were a 3 or an 8. I just never knew why you were doing what you were doing to know which one you were.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, basically him knowing like she's wildly successful and a high achiever. And it was it because I needed to show the world that I was successful and mattered, or I just a freaking bulldozer slash snow plow, and I gotta like take care of the world, right? I gotta like make sure everybody's plates are spinning in the world. And that was that for me in direct sales was I felt like if I could help one more woman make extra money so her family could live a better life today, like it's a good day.
Yeah.
And it was about them, like it was for the sake. But I would have mistyped for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy.
Yeah. Because especially with the test, because there was no one asking me, but why are you doing this? And that's why, that's why I became a typing specialist.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I actually became a typing specialist right after I convinced you, because then that's when I got really passionate about it, because it was such a big deal for you that I was like, this is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it was.
absolutely.
It was. Real quick, before we dive back in, I want to share something I created for the women who are growing, but still kind of feel like they're doing it alone. If that statement just hit, then this is for you. I've never felt so aligned and so alone. It's the message I kept hearing as more and more women were falling in love with their life doing what they were born to do. They were craving that like-minded, iron sharpening iron relationship with other women who were as focused, powerful, and determined to be positive as they were. And that is why I created the Growth Collective. It's our All Things Excellence book club community where you don't have to read the book because audio and PDF Cliff Notes are provided for you. There's a community for you to connect and network with other growth-minded women, plus 2 monthly Zooms where you receive connection and live coaching from me. Head on over to chelseadbc.com/book club to join us. All right, let's get back into it, because what you're hearing today is exactly why spaces like the Growth Collective exist. We were never meant to grow alone. All right, guys. Well, there was the fun and the fluff. Now I'm going to ask her these questions, and in Five fashion, I know she's going to answer them in like these concise little
Maybe.
sentences. So
Maybe.
let's go. Firing squad. Okay. Okay, this is what part of the holiday season do you genuinely love and what drains you?
The part that I love is I like the
December
magic.
26th to December 31st. No, I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, for real. Actually. That is true. I like the magic. Like I like the sparkle of Christmas lights, and I like the stillness, and I like that cuddling with your kids. I like those slow moments that feel like everything is paused. Like when the snow is falling, you don't have to go out in it because I hate snow. But like the snow is falling and you actually have like the world slows. That I think is my favorite part. The part that drains me.
Okay, and you genuinely love December 26th to 31st because there's nothing expected of you. The world shuts down. The world is in that slow mode. You're a mom of 3 teenagers. There's no
Yeah.
baseball games.
No,
There's no,
often my family actually travels and we've got dogs that nobody can watch and everybody else is traveling, so nobody else can watch the dog. So I tend to stay during that week and have like alone space, reflective.
hmm
Exactly. Nobody needs anything week.
Yes,
It's
and you love
magical.
that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
you
love
love
it.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but what drains you?
I was going to say
All of it.
everything else. Everything else.
All of it. You're like everything else.
Probably the things that are the most though are
Your
the social
husband
piece is a
getting
lot.
and your husband getting on your 2-story house and
Oh,
putting up lights.
Lord help us. Yes.
Yes, that
Yes.
too.
After he proceeds to tell me about all the accidents at the hospital from people falling off the roofs, installing their Christmas lights, then he climbs onto the roof of our house and comments on how every single tile is loose, and then proceeds to take a ladder up and climb on top of said roof to install the lights on the second. I'm having a panic attack with Chelsea, and I'm like,
Like
Chelsea,
go in the house. Go in the house.
She was like, he doesn't need your anxiety. Go in the house. And I was like, okay, I'm going in the house. Yes. No, but I think it's
Yeah.
the places that get me the most are the social, but actually it's interesting this year. There's a Christmas party we go to every single year. It's a lot. It's fun, but it's a lot. And last year I ended up getting sick, couldn't go. Year before I was like, I don't know if I have the energy for this year. And this is interesting, you guys, in this reorienting myself. I am out of my house and around people more than I ever have been in a decade, probably.
In a
Right?
consistent way, in a
In a
daily way.
consistent way. You guys, I get up at 4:30 and drive in my car at 6 a.m. I'm not a morning person and I'm around people all day, but I'm excited to go socialize.
You're teaching before I'm awake.
I'm teaching before the sun is awake. The sun is not even up.
You know that anything before 5 o'clock is yesterday.
It is. I swear, y'all, I'll get up in the middle of the night. It feels like 2 a.m. It's not 2 a.m. It
You
feels
are.
like it.
But do
Oh
you
my
think it's
gosh.
because, but think about this. So you guys might look at a five and be like, how can you, like fives who are, especially that are professors and teachers, and go, how can you say that they're introverts? They're in front of 50 kids every single day, all day teaching their classes. I'm like, but they're not conversating so much
No,
as teaching at.
that's a very different thing.
Like there's
I
no
don't have
energy
to.
exchange, not really, not like you would
No,
think. And so
no.
I can see you being excited
Yeah.
to
So I
then
am
go have a
excited about
little,
that.
yeah,
To just go be social, to go
yeah,
like have
yeah,
fun and do stuff.
yeah.
I do strongly dislike any of the time where I know there's going to be a lot of the small talk
Hmm.
or there's going to be a lot of expectation.
Okay, so I have a question with that. So I was thinking about Christmas parties in general, and if I know the majority of the people, or even a few people, if I know a chunk of the people at the Christmas party that I can go and I can talk with them, and there's like a safe person that I can have like a really good conversation with, I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I'll go to that party. But it's
Yes.
like, if I don't really know the people, or it's like I ish know these people, and it's all really stupid surface conversations, I'm gonna like drown myself in my hot chocolate, you know?
Yeah.
But
Because
do
I
you
don't,
feel that? Does that make sense? Because
yeah,
that's where
oh,
I'm like, I feel bad saying like, oh, I don't really like going to, and I'm like, well, that's not actually true. It's like, well, who's gonna be there? And is it people that I want to have like really good, deep conversations?
yes.
Because you have
Yes.
that thing,
That's
right? Like you want
exactly
to
it.
have really good, deep conversations.
Yeah. Because that's the thing about fives, you guys, we don't have surface. We have
Mm-mm.
it's all depth
It's
all
all
the
that.
time, and so we,
Hmm.
we have to stay on the surface with everybody else, talk about the rant, like we literally don't have the questions. I was actually watching something the other day. A lot of my feed is about spectrum right now on
Yeah,
Instagram, but it was talking about how like people like to have conversation, just have conversation. I'm like, I hate
I
that.
don't want to do
Like
that.
I don't know how to ask a question I don't actually want to know the answer to. So when we're doing small talk
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to come up with the next conversation to ask you, like I don't I don't want to know, but not because I don't care. I just like not actually interested. And so it's
My
hard to ask
brain,
all the questions.
like, where am I storing that?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you tell me about a place you went, I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. I will ask all kinds of questions. But otherwise, it's small talk to small talk business.
Hmm.
So we
Hmm.
want depth. So yes, if somebody's there that I know I can go hide in a corner and have a deep conversation with for an hour, oh,
Oh, I'm
100%.
there. I'm
Yeah.
there. Absolutely.
The rest
Hands
of it,
down, hands down. And I think it might sound to people like, oh, you just only want to show up if there's something in it for you. And I'm like,
mm,
well, actually, I mean, yeah. Is that wrong?
right? And also, like, it's think about it that so extroverts think this. And I think that would be an
Oh,
extrovert conversation. Do you know what I'm saying?
I have another resource question actually,
Okay.
right along this. I feel like you might feel this with me. Y'all, I'm twirling my hair if you can't see this out of like slight anxiety even saying this out loud, admitting this. Do you feel like as someone who has a lot of the answers that people want, right? Because we're
Mm,
very educated
yeah.
in the field of psychology,
Yeah.
and people love our party trick
Mm,
of helping them feel better at life,
yeah.
giving them some strategy where they feel some uncertainty and unknown.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, oh my God, everybody at this party, they only want me to come to the party. They only want to take me to lunch. They only want to go do the thing because they just want to extract information from me for free instead of getting on my website and paying to book a session. And no, offense, y'all, but I'm just not a pony show for free.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can feel that a lot. I feel it
Yeah.
a lot.
I feel like that happens to my husband a lot as a therapist.
Yeah.
Soon as people know he's a therapist, they're like, "Oh, I have a question," and he's like, "This is not free counseling session. Like, this is not what we're doing right here."
Just
I
that,
think,
nobody at Kobe's school actually knows my job.
yeah,
A couple students know I have a podcast, but they don't know my job. I don't want
yeah,
them to know my job.
no, no, they do want to know all the things. I think that it takes a lot of effort, and this is where I would say we're in response to you only want to go the thing you get something out of. Here's the other side of it. It takes a significant, like, I don't think you even understand how much effort unless you're super extroverted and I make you sit in a room by yourself for a solid week. We're talking that kind of effort
Yeah.
to, and dumb it down is not the right way to say it, but to make it all smaller and fit into the box, the depth and the words and the way I want to talk. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that people understand for the other side of a five, the amount of blank looks I can get and go, oh, we went too far. That was too
Oh, the
much.
depth. Yeah, the
Yeah, it was
depth.
too much depth.
Yeah,
The phrasing was too,
I
and so
know.
I have to edit like literally constantly, and it's exhausting.
Well, and then it's just not fun for you.
No,
So I think for you as a five, it's like if we can't go to the deepest, darkest depths of this ocean about this topic and then they're overwhelmed, then you're like, it's just not even that fun to go to. And then for me as an eight, it's just like, oh my gosh, if you can't handle me just being that honest about, because you're going to start complaining about your life because that's what humans do. They love to complain. It's the wildest thing. They love to complain. So you're going to start complaining, and then I'm going to tell you all the reasons. I'm going to tell you all the answers as to what you're complaining about and why you hate your life so you can fix it. Because I'm going to see it
hmm
and I'm going to speak it because that's my magic. And then you're going to get offended and you're going to feel small and you're going to feel shame. And it's just like, here's what I wish people knew. You actually don't want us there.
no,
You
you
think you do,
really don't.
but you don't.
Yeah,
Just let us stay home.
for real.
There you
I
go.
mean,
There you go.
honestly.
But the them wanting something out of us, the reason I was also bringing that up is because fives are known as the resource managers. So again, eights go there when they're stressed. So I get this with you. But it is that resource management where you're like, whoa, I want to shore up my resources. Like I'm not a free pony show, you know?
No, it's
Yeah.
just it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
definitely
That's a lot.
it is a lot. And there's something about, and I don't know if this is all fives or this is the generator thing. I don't know what it is, but there's almost like this aura light situation, energy situation where it's like people want some of it. And it's not even
Mm,
a like specific topic or do a specific thing. It's like they want some of the energy. And I'm over here constantly calculating if I have enough to make it through my own day,
yeah. I
much less people come grab.
think they want to know, but they don't know what knowing means.
No, no, not at all.
Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
think they want to know what you know, and then when you start sharing, it's actually beyond their capacity to absorb because your depth is so deep.
Yeah.
There's those undiscovered parts of the ocean that are so dark that these giant animals live, like off of the cartoon, the Disney, The Lost City of Atlantis, where that giant thing could like eat a whole city. That's where fives live.
Yeah.
That's where y'all live. That's the
Yeah.
amount, that's like the depth of where y'all go in your research.
And then I want you
Yeah.
guys to like imagine like literally what that's like to run around. And this is just
Hmm.
literally how we were made. This is how
Yep.
we were designed to be.
Yep.
And we
Yep.
walk around like this and then get the look or the thing that happens
Yeah.
or the ostracism that then becomes this
The ostracism.
we're ostracized. It's just this you suddenly feel like this
Yeah.
freak that needs to go
Yeah.
sit in the corner because you are the way you're made. And so yeah, sometimes maybe we don't want to go to the party because that gets tiring.
That gets tiring. So what is your ideal holiday environment is like more structured home, more solo time,
Yeah.
um, like navigating the family dynamics and the emotional tension during the holidays. How do you and your husband manage that balance? Because he does like to go to the things.
Yeah, well, also, he's actually more introverted than me. So he likes to go
Really
to things
is?
and and then he's done and it's time to go. Like, yeah, we have a phrase in our family that when it was this cute older couple and he would always come up and say his wife's name was Joanne and he would always say Joanne's tired and that meant that he was ready to go home because Joanne was tired. And so now it's carried on generations later and so we're always like Joanne's tired and it means it's time to leave.
I'm
Um
telling Kobe that.
Joanne's tired.
Everyone's
So we have to
tired.
explain it to people because they're like, who the fuck is Joanne? And I'm like, oh, you don't know Joanne, but she's tired.
Joanne is tired.
Um,
And
she's more
we should
introverted.
help her
We
by
should.
leaving.
She's real tired. We gotta take her home. So
So
he wants to leave before me
yeah.
for
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely more introverted. But very family oriented.
He is very family oriented.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
especially with his dad, who lives in California and he likes traveling to him. And would you say, because it's like, well, how do you guys navigate that and how do you recharge? Is that a little bit of this? I know we're saying we have the dogs, but like, come on.
It honestly, so it originally started for other reasons.
Right. Like, where it was just better for everyone.
It was better for everyone. It
For
was not
everyone.
enjoyable for me to go at a period of time.
And it
And
wasn't always enjoyable for people to have you there.
correct. So it made more sense for me to stay home with the dogs. And now that that situation is different, I honestly, at this point, like, there are times where I would love to go. And then there are times where I go, that really is important to my husband. And this is something that really matters to him. And it stresses him out to not have a place for the dogs to be. And so, you know
Yeah.
what, if I need to stay home, yes, there's the plus side for me that I get alone time. And so it ends up kind of filling everybody's needs that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think we though don't go to a lot. I think both of us. So that's easier to
You both
balance.
do a good job.
Yeah, and we both of our core families are in other states, so there's not as much pull to go to 12
Mm,
million things.
hmm hmm
So we do a better job
Yeah.
of only saying yes to what we actually want to say yes to, and then
I
being
agree with this.
yeah.
If you choose to not live near your family, this whole holiday sitch is so much easier.
Oh my gosh.
And I
Yeah.
don't feel like I'm missing out or losing out on things. I feel like I just get to what's really important. Now, when we're FaceTiming with my niece and nephews, do I wish in that moment that I was there? Yeah, I do. But for the rest of it, I actually don't. Okay, what holiday traditions make you feel most like yourself? Like, what are your favorite holiday traditions?
Hmm. I feel like they're changing right now. Because it used to be like the decorating the tree,
That's
and
what
the
I'm like, do
last
you decorate a lot? Or are you minimalist? Oh,
minimalist.
okay.
Yeah, I don't. That's too much
Simplicity.
work, guys. I resources. It's too much work. Maybe
Simplicity.
maybe when my kids are grown and out. No, that's a lie. I'm not going to do it then.
No, no, because
No.
you don't like excess in general.
No.
Can we tell them what you did recently?
What I do?
She had a bunch of resources from her career change,
I did. Like, wait,
but
which
but yet her resource manager wanted to get rid of the part of her wanted to get rid of the excess, but also part of her felt bad about throwing away the excess. And so the Enneagram 8 in her life, me, was like, "Oh my God, just throw the crap in the back of my car and I'll deal with
Yep.
it for you."
Yep. It was the best day ever, and I don't think I ever loved you more
Yeah,
because
because there is that, right? Where it's like, well, you actually don't want to decorate a lot because you actually don't want the excess, correct?
no, I don't. I am very minimalist in my decorations and my everything. I want, and I think it's the feeling at peace because when there's a lot of clutter, that's again resources being used mentally
Yeah.
and emotionally and all the things.
Yeah.
So I want it to be very simple. So it used to be decorating the Christmas tree in the last several years. I'm like, I'm not having fun doing this. So I'm trying to pay attention to
Do you think that was part of the image thing, right? Because as a three, they have to have this image and you have to post on social media that you decked every hall.
maybe.
And now you don't feel that need because you know that that's just like not you.
Also, I need the ornaments to be spaced out correctly and none of the sparkle ones being too close together. So all the different colors being in a like, and then sometimes I just don't have the energy to do that. Yeah. And then my daughter came home for Christmas and she was like, who decorated the tree? And I was like, we were all over it. And she was like, they're like touching each other. And I was like, I know, I couldn't do it this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
you let the boys do it.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
three teenage kids.
I was three teenage kids.
Every time I talk to fives, it makes so much sense to me why my nine wing one husband, his lifelong best friend is a five. Because they meet each other in their
Yeah.
eccentric, wild, weirdo, tismy-ness.
Yep. It's magical. It's great
Yeah.
this year.
I love that about y'all.
I'm trying to think what I love though.
Yeah.
I think I've enjoyed this year. So my daughter was home for Thanksgiving, and so we watched Die Hard because, Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And so we got pizzas and we had to cook.
Yeah.
Sat and cuddled on the couch and watched Die Hard, and I was like, this is kind of
This is good.
great. Like watching Christmas movies with my family. Like I'm really enjoying that this year. So I think we're maybe just in a transition time of what it is we do at Christmas. Does that make sense? So it's finding the new things for this season.
Okay, because real talk,
Yeah.
you used to have a career where the holidays were all about big, 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 big sales.
Yes. It was a lot of
And
work.
it was a lot of work. And it was like you got to push and you got to push and you got to sell a lot and sell big. And
Hmm.
now you don't. You're in education, upper education.
Yeah.
She teaches at college. And it's Wednesday's the last day you have to wake up at 4:30.
Amen. Yes.
Yahoo. Yahoo.
We're almost there.
Yahoo. And so and then you're kind of done and then you're winded down for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
wonderful.
How is
That
that for your five? Like, what is that like for your five to go from this holiday season where it was all about going big and having basically like a miniature store in your trunk where you're selling everywhere you're going, everybody all the gifts because you sold a lot of, holiday gifts for people, to now where it's literally going to be like you and your kids and Die Hard in the couch.
Yeah, it's kind of great because there's periods of time where literally like the work is done. And so I can just go watch Christmas movies. And so this is a wildly different year, even in just that. So I think that's part of it too, is I don't know what the holidays look like
Yeah.
in this version and in this season. But I already am highly aware. I used to watch Hallmark Christmas movies like nonstop.
Yeah.
Kids used to make fun of me for this. And
Yeah.
I watched a ton and I don't want to watch them anymore. And I think I realized it was because my nervous system was so fried from the living a different way and the running business like that during the holidays that I needed that quaint, predictable, I knew it was going to happen, we all feel good inside movie to feel okay.
My gosh, psychologically, that's why everybody loves a Hallmark movie. They love the
You
predictable
see?
outcome because their life is so sideways.
Yes. And for the first time, I'm like, I don't know, blow some crap up, Die Hard. Like, it's going to be great. John McClane is like flying all over the place. And I'm like, it's
I
awesome.
mean, so I don't rewatch anything other than Harry Potter with Kobe, but Kobe rewatches the same movies over and over and over and over again. And I think for his nine, it's just that he needs that sense of security,
Yeah.
that the show is predictable.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's
like,
really
let's watch
interesting.
Criminal Minds.
Something new. Yes. So I do think that's something that's different
Yeah.
this year. That's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what this looks like yet, actually. But it feels pretty great.
So, all things considered with your Enneagram and how you're getting to experience the holidays different, now that you've really kind of like deconditioned from everything you thought you were as a three into your five, even shifted careers, or we can hold sadness in one hand for an era ending, and we are really freaking excited for this new one beginning.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, there's a piece. So actually, one of the things I'd love to do this year is my husband used to do Advent. So we would like light the candle and read the
Yeah.
thing and like do it. And honestly, the years he tried to do that, I was like, I cannot sit and do something on a Sunday night when we're crammed in and we're
Yeah.
running a million miles an hour. Like I cannot
Yeah.
do this. And this year, I'm like, that'd be kind of great. Yeah, like the stillness, the reflective, like let's pause for a minute. And honestly, there are places I want to go take my kids to give back. Whereas previous years, I was like, I don't have enough for me or my children or my any of the people that I'm responsible to take care of.
Energetically, like you didn't have the
Yeah,
resource of energy
no. So to feel like
yeah,
now, like, hey, let's go
that you
find ways
can.
we could give back to other people. Like it feels, that's it. It's the energy and the
The
resources.
energy.
It feels like there's more than enough. So there's room
Mm.
to give
Well,
in this time.
that famous conversation I had where I said the problem isn't that when you get home from work, you don't have time for your kids and your wife. I said this to a friend. The problem is that you're in the wrong job
Yep.
and that it's like driving your Tesla car straight up the mountain instead of on flat ground.
Yep.
You've changed. You've changed. Okay. So wrapping it up, what is one piece of advice that you would love to give to your fellow fives to help them stay grounded and joyful in the holidays, even with all the things happening?
Yeah,
Other than saying just no if you don't want to go.
I was gonna say, just say no if you don't want to go, and like, don't let somebody guilt you into it. I got in bed the other day. I don't know what time it was. It was early, and I was watching a Christmas movie, and so,
You're fine early. Like, y'all, it could have been like 7.
oh no, no, because I go to bed at 8 because it's 4:30 business right now. So it was probably like 5. It was 5, but I was going to watch a movie. I wasn't like going to sleep.
When you're saying early, I'm like, she's not talking about 8:30.
No, no, we're talking about like 5. My husband comes in and he's like, "You're already in bed at 5," and I was like, you know what? don't make me feel bad for watching a Christmas movie because I want to. Like, so I would say, like, find the spaces to be alone, find the spaces to be you and to preserve your resources, and find the spaces that celebrate you like that. If you need a party with that one person you can have the deep conversation with, go to that thing and say no if you need to say no, and do the things that actually bring you joy without any of the other judgment. That's what I would say.
Guilt from other people.
Yeah. It's not.
You know, here's a general consensus I've found, because I've done the majority of these recordings now. I only have a couple left. And the general consensus is like what you need most, that permission that every Enneagram type needs most for themselves. If you don't have the people in your life that allow you to show up where you want to show up and when you don't want to show up, so you can be your best and enjoy yourself fully, you've got the wrong people.
Yeah. And
That's
also how you want to show up.
Yes, in
Right?
all the ways.
Yeah.
How, and even if you want to show up, if they don't respect that, you got the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because the right people will.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're a great example of that. We seem to kind of like go in opposite seasons of when we have open bandwidth where we could just sit at Starbucks for hours. So we try, and now we're like booking it out months at a time.
It's coming. It's coming.
I know. I have it marked on my calendar. Oh my gosh, I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But all right. Well, thanks for coming back and being my five and hanging out and chatting about the holidays. I'm so excited for you.
Me
I
too.
love it.
Honestly.
There's no greater gift in the world for an 8 than to watch their friends like live in that sheer goodness of just like more than they ever thought that God had for them, right? Like that level of goodness. So I love it for you. Love it. All right. All things excellence fam. Thanks for joining us today. That was our 5s. We got our 4s coming up next, which is just a totally different dynamic. We are going from the ultimate thinkers to the ultimate feelers. So the answers on how they experience the holidays are going to be very, very different. And yes, the 5s can wing into the 4s, but they have a lot of thoughts about their feelings. They don't have a lot of feelings. So we're going to go where somebody has a lot of feelings about their thoughts. Can't wait for you guys to join us on that. Remember, do all the liking and the subscribing and hit the 5 stars and the comments and the things. It helps us. If you've got questions for us, make sure you find us on Instagram. Our Instagram are in the show notes. We want to answer those DMs about what it is like to, be a 5, any questions that you have. And if you would love to have a conversation about figuring out your Enneagram type, you can also head to my website and find that. You can also get a free Enneagram guide on my website. So thank you everyone for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Thanks for listening to All Things Excellence. If something landed with you today, I'd love for you to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a quick review. It helps more women find these transformational conversations. And if you're ready for support with your next step, or needing someone to stand in the gap with you to figure out what that even is, I'd love to create that space for you. And my intro clarity call is a great place to start, because life is too quick and too full to have to figure it out alone. Until next time, All Things Excellence fam, thank you for listening.